In movies, everyone talks about the actors. Some people talk about the director, but nobody talks about the writer. Oh my goodness. So, how are we going to market writers and make us a brand? Well, come with me and let's change, well, hopefully how you and Amazon and Netflix see writers. Welcome back. It's great to see you, and I'm so happy that you're here. All those 15 people who keep watching these videos, you really mean the world to me. Thank you. This episode I've got a new segment to begin with. It's called Who Wrote That Quote? So this one's a bit interactive. I'll tell you a quote, and then in the comments below please tell me who wrote it. So today's quote is: "A lie keeps growing and growing until it's as plain as the nose on your face." Keep watching. I'll tell you what movie it's from at the end. Okay, so that quote is from an animation. So who am I going to talk about today? Well, I'm going to talk about Hayao Miyazaki, everyone's favourite animation director. But did you know he also wrote a lot of his scripts? Even he wrote some of the scripts to his son's work as well. So I'd like to talk about some of the themes that run through his work. So first, his most famous work. I wonder what that could be. Recently there was a poll, and it was to decide what was everyone's favourite work of his. And the one that won was a bit surprising. It was Spirited Away, which also happens to be the first film of his that I ever watched. And Spirited Away is a bit of an interesting story. To a Western eye, it's kind of an Alice in Wonderland story, but to a Japanese eye, it has quite a deeper meaning. So it's essentially about a girl who gets trapped in the spirit world, and through her wit and her charm and her intelligence, and through the help of everyone, her community, she's able to get out. And it has a bit of a environmental theme that runs through it. There is one scene where she helps a river become clean, and then you see all the garbage that people leave in rivers, and it sort of gets pulled out of him. There's some nice little things that, if you can't speak Japanese, there's some nice little things that you kind of miss, like usually it's about a bathhouse, and usually they use the hiragana yu, but in this case they have a kanji, but it's not the kanji for hot water, it's the kanji for hot oil. So there's a cute little quote. The next thing I'd like to talk about is one of his works is a bit less, not as famous. There's a lot to choose from, to be honest. The one that I would like to choose is his manga series. So this is another of his quite famous works, but Nausicaa, A Valley of the Wind, as the name in English, which you can see, Valley of the Wind. So the original series of manga, there's about 9 books, and if you ever thought like I did and you watch the movie and you think, what's this story about? You can try and read the manga, which goes into it in much greater depth. And lo and behold, another theme strikes again. It's the environment, which plays a big part in here, and also a young girl who, with the help of her community, overcomes a major problem. Could be an issue. So his most recent work that I'd like to talk about now is called The Wind Rises, or Kaze Tachinu, which was about the inventor of the Zero fighter airplanes that were used in World War II, and it's quite a heartfelt story. You don't really see the environment coming in, but you do see a sort of a young, in this case a young man who is very intelligent but a little bit away from others, and you see him inventing, and so that's kind of another theme that sort of runs through it. One of the big themes that also runs through his work is flight. Of course, in Nausicaa Valley of the Wind, you've got the girl flying. You've got, in this film, you've got the girl walking on air with the magic, and in this scene you've got Chihiro riding on the back of the dragon. Just about almost all of his work, there's some sort of element of flight. So we've got community, we've got flight, we've got the environment, and one thing I haven't really spoken about is this, like with Sheridan Jobbins, who I talked about before, there's a sort of a fight between the old world and the new world, and I think this is something that you see in a lot of post-war Japanese films. Like, it's this discussion of, well, we don't want to get rid of all the good things that we had before, but how do we incorporate that in the new world? And of course, Hayao Miyazaki is a bit of a Luddite, so perhaps he prefers some of the old ways to some of the new ways. So that's what today's episode is all about. Hayao Miyazaki. I hope you go out and discover some more of his work. And about that quote, so the movie it's from is Pinocchio. So there's a big hint. Go out and find out who wrote it and tell me in the comments below. Okay, see you next time. Bye for now.